Hello, my Vibe Tribe. Welcome to the Daily Vibe. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday. Woohoo. It's almost Friday. Friday Eve. Pulling this card. Everybody's favorite. Everybody loves the Rebel deck. I love the Rebel deck. Let's pull one of these. Universe has your backs. All of your backs. So how is everyone this morning? How was your Thursday? I got up at 3:30 to watch Olympics, the ladies gymnastics, and I was not disappointed. So, good morning, baby sibling. Oh, thanks. I suppose they're in honor of you. Baby sibling likes the polka dots. Well, thank you, beautiful. So anyways, yeah. So I got up at 3:30 this morning, totally not disappointed by today's outcome in the ladies gymnastics. Very, very proud. Spoiler alert in case you haven't watched or you're going to watch later. So close your ears. La 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 la. Do that. When I la 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 again, you can open your ears. Congratulations to Sinisa Lee for winning the women's all-around gold. She is from St. Paul, Minnesota, and she's from the Hmong culture, which is kind of an Asian group of people that really don't have a home. You know, there's communities all over the place, but they don't have a country. So congratulations to her. Lots of Asian pride there. So, yay. I'm excited. I'm happy. Got about half an hour sleep after that, which is good because it's like a nap, right? So anyways, all right. Let's just pull these. I think I got enough people on now. Oh, there we go. All right, we got one for this morning. So today's topic, first, for your things to think on Thursday, I love this quote, but I forgot who wrote it. I don't even think I don't think it had anybody in particular, but the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. This is how people stop worrying. They choose one thought over another. They don't worry about anything else, and they just focus on that, right? Not always that easy. Good morning, Ladina. Good morning, Sammy. So, not always easy, I know. But again, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. A lot of times what stresses us out is being overly productive, having too much going on. And I wrote this quote down the other day, but for some, I think it's really hitting home today. But yeah, it's that what is one of the main sources of worry, right? Overthinking. And again, gold medalist in overthinking. But one of the worst things we can do for ourselves is overthink. We tend to focus too much. Oh, thank you. It is William James. How could I forget that? Thank you, Eileen. Yes. In fact, I don't know why I didn't write that down because I have a bunch of William James quotes. William James, for those who do not know, is the brother of author Henry James, and he was a very well-known psychologist and among other things, but I'm not sure that he ever actually practiced psychology. Like, I think he used the principles of it in philosophy, and he became quite a philosopher and quite a psychologist in that type of philosophy. So, thank you for reminding me. I feel like someone wants to hit me upside the head right now for not remember that. Jessica, why is it that your daily vibe nearly always supports my morning? I haven't even seen your morning card yet. Yeah, I actually wrote this down the other day too. So you know what that means, Jessica. You and me, we share a brain. We share a brain. It's because our guides are guiding us to tell people, hey, pay attention. So pay attention. So because Jessica and Shelley have a lot to say. So anyways, but yeah, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Thank you, William James. I'm going to write that down for future reference. William James was actually named after his grandfather because his brother Henry was named after their father. So there you go. A little bit of tidbits on William James. So, I picked another one of those, let's get uncomfortable cards. And it was, what is it called? The Uncomfortable Truth. And this one is number 1. Happiness is where you are now or nowhere at all. It is not a new relationship. It's not a new job. It's not a completed goal. And it's not a new car. Until you give up on the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where you are. I know that these things can bring happiness and can bring joy, but what this card or what this particular thing is saying is that if you're waiting for these things to come into your life so you can be happy, you're going to be waiting forever. You're going to be waiting for a long time because you're looking for your happiness in the wrong places. You're looking for your happiness in things, in items, in people, and you're expecting them to deliver this happiness to you. Well, what if you get what you want and you're not happy? I have a friend that recently bought a nice brand new car. She had her other car for like 16 or 17 years, and she was still getting used to it, so the battery died, right? It's a hybrid. $500 later, and she's all, ever since I got this car, it has been giving me, it's been a pain. It's been, I've had problem after problem after problem. Now, she's not a person that looks for happiness in other things. So what I'm saying is what if you get that dream car of yours and you're like, oh, I'm so happy because I finally got it and blah, blah, blah. And then it turns out to be a lemon or a dud. And then it just gives you all these problems until you figure out that you can take it back, have them look at it, and, work with them to get it either replaced or fixed properly. But again, you're looking for joy and happiness in all the wrong places. It has to be in here. Okay? It has to start in here. Can you hear my tummy growling? Wow. But it has to start in here. Okay? In your heart. And it has to start in here as well. In your mind and in your soul. Right? Your money, your oh, my language today. I'm just putting words together that don't belong together. Your body, mind, and soul are where your happiness should be sitting at. Not in a new relationship, a new job, a completed goal, or a new car. All those things are wonderful. But what if you're not there yet? What if you don't have that new relationship yet? What if you don't have that new car yet? What if you have not completed that goal yet? What if you don't have that new job yet? Where's your joy? Are you waiting for these things to happen, for your happiness to happen? Because if you are, stop it. Okay? It's not very often I tell people not to do things. Because basically what this is, I give you the info. It is yours to do with as you please. You choose your path. I am not in charge of your journey. I am not in charge of your path. I am not in charge of what you do while you're watching this, before you watch it, or after you watch it. All I'm doing is giving you ideas on how to move forward, how to progress forward. If you're feeling stuck, maybe this is why. I realized yesterday that part of my issue was, and I realized it later in the day, that I was grieving. And I was grieving over the past. Because, it's scary to move forward, right? It's scary when you're in that position and oh, it's time to move on, it's time to move on, it's time to move on. But I don't know what I was waiting for. And so a part of what was going on with me yesterday was I realized later that I was grieving. But you know what? If you watch WandaVision, here's the perfect quote for that. What is grief if not love persevering? The Vision said that. And he's super smart. So just, take what he says and run with it. But I know he's also fiction. But you know what? Who cares? For a whole half an hour or whatever he's in, that amount of time, he's real. Okay, but somebody came up with that line. Okay, somebody came up with that quote. But it is, what is grief if not love persevering? And I realized that my love for myself is why, I am persevering, why I'm pushing through, why I've decided, yes, yesterday was a hard day. Yes, today is a better day. I'm still working my way up to better, better, better. But I realized the issue yesterday. I took the time to deal with it, and I just kind of sat with it, and I allowed myself to feel it so I could heal it, right? the same goes with happiness. You have to choose happiness. See, I chose to move forward. I realized that I can't sit in my grief forever. I can't sit here and wonder, well, I'm afraid what happens if I put my best foot forward and I trip and fall. Well, then get back up, right? How many times have we like tripped and fallen and either been mad at the ground for trying to take us out or just laughed and high-fived the sidewalk, like, hey, thanks, that was funny. Oh, great pratfall, but I used to be so upset when those things were, because I'd be embarrassed out of my mind. And then I realized I'm not the only person this shit happens to. I mean, yeah, we all look around like, oh my God, did anybody see me? But most of the time, when you think about how things happen, you laugh. For instance, I think it was about 1.5 years ago, I was going to Tucson. I had just stopped into Disneyland. I got my bonus from work. And, or did I get I don't know what it was. Maybe it was 2 years ago. But anyways, I'd gone to Disneyland. I had bought this purse that I was so excited about. Okay. Went into the shop. Of course, I had my annual pass holder discount. And it was my Mary Poppins purse. So super duper excited. And the lady says to me, would you like to put that in a bag? And I thought, well, I kind of want the world to see this. But I thought, oh, maybe I better get a bag. Because, you got to get back to the car first, right? So I'm all, yeah, sure, I'll take a bag. So I put it in the bag, and I don't know for the life of me what happened, but I fell off of the lip of a curb. That's right. It's where the ramp is. I fell off of it. I don't know what happened. It felt like somebody pushed me, although there was nobody around me. But I fell, and, two nice gentlemen came, towards me. One was a cast member. One was just a guy walking by. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? And the first thing I thought was, when I fell, I felt like I was out of my mind. I don't even remember really falling, but I did hurt my knee, and I noticed that when I got back up. But, and my arm. But the first thing I said to them was, is my purse okay? Turns out my purse never hit the ground, which is why I hurt my arm and my knee, because I put everything going this way while the bag was in this hand. But I had a moment where I could be super embarrassed about it, because the first thing I see are 2 pairs of feet before I hear anybody else. And I thought, well, I can be angry and embarrassed about this, or I can just be like, aha, look at me. And I chose the aha, look at me. And like I said, the first thing that came out of my mouth is my purse okay? And they both looked at me like, are you insane? You just fell off the sidewalk. Okay. And then, of course, older sibling comes up, oh my God, are you all right? And it's like, yeah, it all happened so fast, but it's a choice. Right? And in a way, this is like happiness. You have to choose your happiness. Do you want to wait for everything that you think is going to make you happy? Or do you want to choose it right now and say, hey, you know what? Look at all this stuff I have around me. I have a car. I have, today I'm supposed to be running up to LA to go check out some things, check out some books. And for an endeavor that I am going to pursue. And what I found interesting is that I totally lost my thought. But anyways, happiness and joy. But you have to choose it. You can't just sit there and that's where I was going. I'm still not 100% in my head. But I can sit around and do nothing all day again, knowing that I took care of my issue yesterday. Or I can choose to put some closure on that and move forward and continue to better my mental health by getting out there and doing stuff. Getting out there into the sunshine, that's right. I keep forgetting I'm supposed to take my vitamin D3. Whoops. Sorry, not like you need to know that. But that's what I'm talking about. Your happiness does not sit in other things. It sits within you. You have to make that choice. I'm still healing from whatever it was I was going through in my spiral, but I'm proud of myself because I never hit the spiral. I went into an event. Yes, it was like an episode event. Okay, and I told you early on, for those of you that might be new, I categorize my mental health in 3 stages. An episode, which is kind of like one and done. An event, which is, it starts to stretch out over, a little short span of time, maybe up to a week. Or a spiral, which just, whew, it's like jumping down the rabbit hole, feet first with no flashlight or ladder or rope. And you just hope you land on your feet and not on your head. And sometimes I tell you, it feels like I've landed on my head. But I'm choosing. I'm choosing in this moment. And you know, guys, don't push yourself out of your comfort zone. I mean, push yourself out of your comfort zone when you want to pursue something. But when you're trying to heal your brain, when you're trying to heal yourself from anything, whether you're going through grief, the common people blues, I call common people blues, it's people who don't have mental health issues, but get the blues. That's right, they get the blues too. But feel it to heal it. Okay, that was the whole subject the other day. You have to feel it to heal it. There is nothing wrong with that. It takes strength to ask for help. And, you know, the only way you're going to move forward is when you know you're ready to move forward. But when your body and your mind and your soul are sitting here saying, why are we still sitting here? You know, it's telling you, don't be afraid. Let go. Just let go. It's the jumping off place. And yeah, it's scary. It's scary as fuck. But it's the jumping off place. And sometimes in the midst of all that fear, we find that happiness. We find that path. We find the way we're supposed to be going, right? I mean, again, I'm going to read this again. Happiness is where you are now or nowhere at all. It's not a new relationship. It's not a new job. It's not a completed goal. And it's not a new car. Until you give up on the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where you are. You have to be the happiness. It's like, remember, it's like serving from a full cup. You know, your full cup of happiness. If you're trying to find your happiness in other things, it's not going to happen. You know, I mean, that's why sometimes people tend to jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. Because either they get nervous or they find this happiness that they're looking for, but then they get nervous, so they bolt. Because what if I get hurt? Well, there's no guarantees in life, you know. I mean, that curb I told you guys I fell off of, I have been off that curb for decades. Decades. Even in the dark. Okay, this was in the middle of the day. I mean, it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock. This was the middle of the day. Nobody was around. I mean, it was a weekday. And it just happened. But my ego wasn't bruised. In fact, I was actually very heartwarmed because the gentleman who didn't work there helped me up. He's like, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? And of course the cast member, I mean, it wasn't just like, oh, well, I have to make sure you're okay because I work here. No, it was like a genuine, like, oh my God, that was a hard fall. I mean, like, we all heard you fall. We didn't just see you. We heard it when you landed. And that's a hard fall because I also fell right near the train tracks, or not the train tracks, but the horse tracks where the horse trolley is. So yeah, it's a good thing the horse hadn't been by that day. Ooh, that would have been gross. But I probably would have laughed about it because I chose a long time ago that when stupid things happen to me, which is quite a bit, I just have to laugh at it. Even my dad was telling his friend that, you know, when we were all out to breakfast, like, yeah, he's all, it's weird. Things happen to her like it happens to people in the movies. And he's all, it's strange how that works out. And it is, you know, and it's the same for older sibling, sometimes baby sibling. And I'm sure anybody else watching this, go back on your life and see how many things actually mimic what you've seen on TV or in the movies. It's pretty close, you know, because, I mean, inspiration comes from everywhere. But the inspiration for your happiness has to come from in here. I'm learning that. And that's why I'm sharing that. That's why I chose this particular subject for today, because I think it's very important for people to realize that you have to create your happiness. Everything else is a bonus. Yes, a new relationship will make you happy. Yes, a new job will make you happy. Yes, a completed goal will make you happy. And yes, even a new car will make you happy. But what happens when that relationship's not new anymore? Right? And you're starting to settle in with each other. What happens when the job's not new anymore and you start seeing some of the wrinkles in some of the, things in your job, but you're like, okay, well, it's, this is how life is when you're working. That completed goal. Now you're done. But what's your next goal? Do you have another one? And the new car. The new car, it's like the new relationship and the new job. It's not going to stay new forever. You have to find ways to keep it new. You have to find ways to keep it happy, right? Long marriages last and long relationships last because people take care of it. People communicate. People learn how to communicate. Cars last a very long time because people take care of it. Jobs last for a long time because people take care of it. They see the wrinkle and they either jump over it or they iron it out, and until the next wrinkle comes along. There's always going to be a wrinkle in something. That's why you can't put your happiness in what you're expecting to happen, because if you end up being disappointed, the only person you're really disappointing is yourself, because you were expecting it to be this fantabulous thing and you had so many expectations on it that you kind of shot yourself in the foot, right? So remember, the happiness has to come from within you. Yes, if you're in a new relationship or maybe you're going on a date or something, find the joy in that moment. Take it one day at a time. Don't go on the first date and say, when are we getting married? No, because they're going to be like, bye. Or they might call your bluff and say, let's go. So, so there you go. You never know what's going to happen. And you know what? I have known people that have done that. It's like they met and on their third date, they were married and they've been married for like years, decades. So, you never know what can happen. So don't judge people either. Don't find your happiness in judging people. And, Ladina says it was a great topic, much needed. Thank you. Apparently I have to go find Jessica's post and share that to my page because it's vibing with my topic today. But yeah, so again, going back to William James's quote, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. If you cannot choose between the two thoughts, choose happiness, go out, clear your brain, go for a walk, maybe distract yourself. And then whatever thought pops up first, run with that one. If it's a good one. If it's a bad one, go back and try again. Okay? In fact, when we choose one thought over another, what exactly are you choosing? Is it something that's hard? Or is it something, like, well, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but, don't do it. If you're literally telling yourself, I know I shouldn't be doing this, you are picking your choice. Go with the other thought. Don't go down the road that you're not supposed to go down, because guess what's going to happen? I hope you can make a U-turn fast, because that's a 180 ready to happen, okay? Whereas if you go down the other path, you might do a 360. You may go all the way around that path, find the joy in it, and come right back to the front, where now that other choice makes sense. Sometimes we want to get to the end by trying to skip through everything in the middle, and not everybody makes that jump. Sometimes we fall smack dab in the middle on our face off a curb near a train track or near a track. But yeah, just give yourself the opportunity to make the right decisions. You know what you need to do. Follow your spidey instincts, okay? And again, find the happiness in yourself. Find the happiness in your here and now. Take your day by day. I know a lot of times it's hard, and including and I'm just going to throw this out there, even for single people, I know it can be hard because you see all these people around you, and talk to some of them, because they'll sit there and say, oh, got it. I mean, I talk to my cousins sometimes. I miss being single. And I'm like, dude, the grass is always greener. It's always greener on one of the sides, right? When you have somebody, you're like, oh, I miss being single and being able to do whatever I want. When you're with somebody, when you're single, you're like, oh, it's so hard falling asleep in my bed all alone. I mean, I have a pile of pillows I roll into every night. They're cushy, and that's what I take happiness in, that I have the ability to fill my bed with pillows and comfy ones. And, and just enjoy what you have. Find the joy in it. Yeah, it can get lonely, but you know what? I can spread out on my bed. I can sleep like I'm a gymnast in full flight. You know, legs out everywhere, arms out everywhere. And one day, I hope I'll be able to tuck everything back in and do my final landing. But until then, I'm learning now that my situation is just my situation. And I'm finding the joy in it. I'm finding the happiness in everything I have in this moment. You know, and again, if you struggle with what you can find that's happy, if you have a roof over your head, check. If you have a car to drive, check. I mean, I got a flat tire the other day and I had to cancel my rotation yesterday because I felt so terrible. So right now I have my spare sitting in my back trunk. However, I'm grateful that my other spare is a full-size tire. Not one of those little tiny donut things that look like it belongs on a moped, but an actual tire. So I can still do things until next Tuesday. I can still do stuff. I can still go about my daily life. That's something for me to be grateful for. I'm grateful that today I got up to 7 people that I can actually see that's live. You know, I'm grateful for having this computer and this phone and this microphone and everything. Those are the things. Sometimes we shoot so big on what we think will make us happy that we forget the little things are the best things. The little things are always my favorite things. I mean, when somebody brings me a pen, even if it's one pen, I'm excited and I'm giddy. And it's not just because they brought me a pen from someplace I may have never been. It's because they thought about me. Okay? Somebody thought enough about you to bring you something, to give you something. Speaking of which, I think I have to go to my mailbox. I'm sensing that baby sibling is telling me, have you checked your mail yet? But anyways, let's get to the universe has your back card. There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. There you go. If you get to the jumping place and you jump off, just remember there's a stream of love supporting your dreams. There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. I like that card because I really think we forget that. You know, I really think that sometimes we forget that there are things out there that, you know, we can't control everything. We can't control anything, really, if you think about it. So stop trying to control everything. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your advancing opportunities. You know, just go with the flow. It's hard. Oh, it's hard. It's hard AF, but it is possible. Okay? It is very possible. So, again, there's a stream of love supporting my dreams. When you get to that jumping place and you jump off, just remember, it's like be a feather in the wind. Let the wind take you where it's going to take you. Okay? And see what happens. Sometimes the greatest things happen. I will tell you, the last job I had, I was there for 15 years, and I got it by chance. You know, I had gone through a temp agency. I walked in and somebody was out for about a week. And they asked me to stay on a second week because the person needed to get a little bit more rest. And because they were under the weather. And the next thing I know, when she came back, they wanted to keep me on still just to help her out. And then she's like, would you like a job here? And the day before, I was literally like in tears. Like, I need a job. I need a job. Maybe I should do that now. Just cry on my bed. I need a job. Please, God, find me a job. Please, anybody, higher powers. All my spirit guides, throw something at me. But, you know, just stuff like that. And 15 years later, you know, I mean, they eliminated my position and I left. But I learned a lot of things while I was there. I learned office politics real fast. But not only that, you learn things. You know, and you pick things up and you meet wonderful people, whether they stay in your life forever, or they go, oh, that's funny. See, I didn't even see the comment, but there she is, their baby sibling. Speaking of pens, did you check your mail? And what did I just say? I said, I'm waiting for her to tell me that, did I check my mail? No, I have not. Otherwise, I'd be bragging about my pens. So that will be what I do today. I'm terrible at checking my mail. But anyways, here's the Rebel Deck card for today. Eat your fucking vegetables. I'm not even sure where that settles in on there, but eat some shit made by Mother Nature. Okay, Mother Nature is telling you, eat some of her shit. Wow. Mother Nature makes a lot of shit. Maybe this card should not be so specific. That's right. But anyways, eat your fucking vegetables, okay? I feel like somebody's telling me that. Eat your vegetables, Shelley Marie. Um, I know. You know what's funny though is when I do remember to order a salad, man, I plow through those things. I mean, they're so good. I just don't know why I can't make the better choices more often, because I actually really do love a good salad. And I can actually be a rabbit if I want to be a rabbit, or a giraffe. I don't have a long neck, but giraffes are kind of cool. And they can eat from the top of the tree. That's where the good stuff is, right? The top. So anyways, baby sibling said to take my green shot. Shut up, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Oh God, I love zucchini. Ladina says she has a ton of zucchini. Zucchini is one of my favorites. Summer squash, butternut squash. Oh my God. All the gourd groups. But anyways, I will go take my green shot and I will go check my mail. I don't know why I'm calling her baby sibling. I feel like she's older sibling today. But anyways, yeah, eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. And remember, there's a stream of love supporting your dreams. And that stream of love can also be your people. Don't always be afraid to tell people your dreams. If they scoff at you, find someone until they don't, who will support you. Okay, I'm very lucky in that department. I have a lot of people that do support me, and I'm very grateful for that, for their kind words. And, that helps me fill my cup with joy and happiness, because a lot of times it's feedback for me of what I'm doing and all these other wonderful things. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. This is your thing to think on Thursday, okay? Find your happiness. Until you give up on the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where you are. Make happiness where you are. Bring it into the present with you, okay? That's where your happiness is. Hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Tomorrow is Aloha Friday, Glow with the Flow Friday, or depending on what subject I pick for tomorrow, Grow with the Flow Friday. So we'll see what it is. I don't even know what it is. I have it pre-written, but I write these things down and I forget on purpose. So we can kind of just jump into it tomorrow. Okay? Have a great, great day. And I will see everybody tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Facebook Live under Shelley Marie Lucas.